came up. Big saw it. I guess your brother Yuan had something. Was it that you saw in group or whatever it was?
No, I was just.
No, I'm talking about the thing that you saw. They were talking about China and all that. Okay, so well, anyway, somehow or another, the China, Pelosi, and all this other kind of stuff kind of showed up in one of the thumbnails. And I want to do something on it, but I got to absolutely check my sources and whatnot. Reliable source showed up, talked about it, we listened to it, and so now we're going to do something on it. But before we do that, like always, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shad, Hashem, Kakadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, elder bishops out of Connecticut, bishop down there in Texas. We send double honors because they do real well. For the brothers around the world, pushing the truths uncut, unfiltered, we get good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet, declaring war on it. We send salutations. But hopefully, we hope this is edifying. For Aqua, the fear and the truth is listening, sincerely, charity, if you're doing so. But for the squatters called for reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations, in Mr. Jacob's trouble. Hey, it's coming. It's coming quick, it's coming hard, it's going to be coming fast. But anyway, what happened was in the news report that I was looking at, China scrambled some planes. Pelosi took a different route coming in. She didn't come through the Philippine Peninsula or whatever route that they like to use there because there was a fear that she could get intercepted and these types of things. And since she's on touchdown in Taiwan, military activity has escalated over there. It's more likely that he's going to have the opportunity to get next. So he's willing to flex his muscle a little bit now because of the fact that knowing that U.S. is kind of spread out a little bit thin. Well, they spread out thin with over 800 garrisons anyway. Then they got Russia that they got to look at over there in Ukraine and being able to supply them troops and whatnot with some military hardware. Now you got this coming over here and over here in Taiwan and this type of thing. So it's creating one of these things, which is another one of the things that was going on with Rome back in the pagan Roman Empire, was stretched so fucking thin that their military could, even though they had a good military, you couldn't secure all their borders all at the same time anyway. So we just go jump into the scriptures and whatnot because see, there's more about think that he's going to get next, and that's not the case. So you can start with whatever you got.
May I add a couple people?
Go ahead.
As I'm doing some research on this, the Nancy Pelosi visit, she's there to promote democracy. All right, they got Taiwan elections coming up in 2022, and Taiwan is really a Republic of China.
They not a motherfucking democracy. That's the last thing they promote.
Right, exactly, because the Iraq is controlled by China. And China has a
dictatorship,
autocracy, like dictatorship. A one man who has absolute power.
Right.
All right, but America is all about a democratic, democracy, demon, rule of the demon. All right, they want them to be more like the United States. All right, so she's there to ensure or try to ensure that democracy, the former democracy, will get elected into their government society, right?
Okay.
Well, with the disliking of the people of China, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. China being a superpower that's absolutely in the region right there and whatnot, and even in the Taiwan and them islands that they actually man-made, they doing landfills and whatnot. Making islands as well over there. This is all part of China's economy and what they're doing. They the one that's paying for that landfill to turn them little islands into what they are and whatnot, and this type of thing. So America over there trying to tell them how to run their show, and they can't keep their show straight. Go ahead, whatever you got to do.
This Habakkuk too. And 4 said, behold, his soul was lifted up and up. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul was lifted up is not upright in him. The just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as death, cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and he will unto him all peoples. All right, and that wine, that doctrine. All right, part of that doctrine is democracy, man. You see, because hey, within a generation, you're gonna have pedos.
Pedophilias.
Yeah, pedos and the Transformers and the Decepticons running rapid in Taiwan, man.
Right.
All right, you're gonna have the Transformers teaching your kids, man. You have a whole society of degenerate, what we're called Hunger Game weirdos, man.
Right.
You know?
Like Brokeback Mountain dudes.
That's right. You know, and if you don't get with it, all right, you're gonna cut off your lifeline support. You know, whatever aid that you're getting, you're gonna dry that up, man. You know, so you kind of like push you into a hole, you know, or back into a corner to either submit, all right, or get rolled over, man.
Yeah, see, it's funny that read that again. Read that again.
So verse Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home.
Actually, go up to come back down.
Go up to
where were you at? Where'd you start? Started 4.
Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And also, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and as his death, and cannot be satisfied.
So you see, here's the funny thing. That's this Edomite's trademark. But this Moabite is trying to take it on as well. Okay? In this sense of he thinks he's got next. He's got the technology and things on lock. You know, he's been all of the U.S. manufacturing for the most part has been sent over there to him and whatnot. You know, a lot of the manufacturing that is even still in America has microchips in it that they get from where? Taiwan. Mm-hmm. You see Taiwan plastered all over that shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, shoes, clothes, microchips, TVs, all this other kind of stuff. So, like the brother said, this man's democracy doctrine doesn't fly over there. Okay, it absolutely doesn't.
But it doesn't fly with China.
Huh?
It doesn't fly with China. That's why China's so upset.
Right, yeah, exactly. It would fly with Taiwan, but it wouldn't fly with China. Mm-hmm. Taiwan is just open to whoever wants to come in and help us and give us money and do this and do that. But China is like, no, you're under my regime. Mm-hmm. And that regime is what dictates the fact that you are in a peasant class. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're in a peasant class. This is a dictatorship. You are making more than you did make because of the fact that with this peasant class wagers, we was able to snatch all the manufacturing out of America in the first place because they were so greedy and so wanting of wealth that they didn't care how they went about it, even if they had to snatch all the manufacturing from their own homeland and bring it over here. So you got an array of fucking fucked mindsets going on in this whole conglomerate. You got Esau thinking that he's supposed to hold on to it forever. You got China thinking that he's got next, and he's got Esau working with him in the form of Russia. So there's all kinds of stuff this got, as they say, and because of all this confusion of Babylon being in the midst of all of this, is they're so confused, nobody can keep their mind straight as to absolutely what's going to come down the pipe and happen. Real. You got anything?
Oh no, I was looking for the one.
Okay. You got anything else as far as scriptures on the China thing?
That'd be good.
Okay. All right, then. Well, I got Psalms 108 and 9 because There's more by think that he's going to be next in rulership, but the Lord says you're not. This is in Psalm 108:9. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Over Philistia will I turn. Moab is a washpot. That doesn't, in the kingdom that's coming, it doesn't look like China's going to have a real big place of authority. Okay, he's not going to be like number 2 in charge or number 3 in charge. He's going to be the Israelite. So the dictatorship that China, Moab actually wants to exhibit and flex, that Taiwan is trying to be ruled by the U.S. and slide from up under. But the dictatorship is coming through the form of Yahweh Shai in the next kingdom that's going to be here on earth. Because when this Edomite goes down, Moab is not going to be in. According to the scriptures, Moab is going to be a motherfucking washpot. He's going to be a servant. He's going to be subjected to servitude. Okay, for 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, whatever that might be. Okay, you got anything?
It's Isaiah 16, and
that's in the yeah. That's it. I had chapter 15 and 16. So go ahead, do the 16.
Isaiah 16:6. You have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath. His lies shall not be so. Okay. Right? And Moab is very proud, man. China flex their military might. They're shooting missiles into the ocean to show that they're able to have the nuclear capability to reach America. Right? All right? They're boasting up the border against Taiwan, in Taiwan, with their military. All right? They're slinging insults, hurling insults to America.
Right.
All right, threatening them. Okay? I've never known a time like this to be spoken so boastfully by these Moabites, man.
Right.
You see? Verse 7 says, therefore shall Moab howl for Moab, everyone shall howl for the foundations of Kisra shall you mourn, surely they are stricken. All right, because Moab is going to be involved in this Third World War too, man.
Right.
All right? They're all going to go down to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, where the Lord is going to meet them, which is Yahweh Shaphat, the Valley of Judgment. All right? And they're all going to get destroyed, man. All right? But because of your pride, all right, you refuse to stand down, man. All right? But the Lord put in your spirit to be proud like that, all right, so he can destroy you guys, man.
Right.
All right, because you don't have next. All right, your little Toyotas and wherever other Chinese with Toyotas and Camrys and Nissans.
They really known for like those now. Back in the day, China or whatever, Moab, the thing that made them put them on the map at first here in America was Honda, the motorcycle, back in the 70s. Okay, the Honda motorcycle was what did that. Then the car slid behind that. Now all these other cars and whatnot, and then the other technology. But that's what I said. You had a technological edge at one point in time, like you said, during the oil crunch of the 70s, where Henry Kissinger negotiated all that fucking oil rights for the Saudis and all the other oil that was over in the Middle East and whatnot. Toyota came over here with that little bitty ass Corolla, and it hit the market, and cars that was getting 18 miles to the gallon tops on the highway, and about 12 gallons a mile, 11 to 12 miles to the gallon and whatnot, just going back and forth through the city and whatnot, 18 miles on the highway. Those motherfuckers started becoming obsolete quick. And big caddy Fleetwood Bronx and whatnot, because this Toyota came over here talking about 20-something miles to the gallon on the highway, almost 30 miles to the gallon on the highway. And they was like, man, with these prices being what they was, which I think was like maybe 98 cents at the time. You motherfuckers, they were losing their mind behind that. How much more now? It's like $6-7 a gallon and shit. So this is what I'm saying. So y'all have no clue as to how this is escalated to this point. But it's at this point. And this is how we know we at the end of times at this point, because of the fact that what jumped off of World War II? The economy. Germany against fucking the issues. Okay, that's what jumped it off. It was a proxy war about money and the trading of goods first. Then it turned into this, and now this is what you got jumping off now. You got anything?
Well, I'm gonna say and also China has procured to themselves a lot of fucking allies, man.
Yep.
Really strong allies, man. Who are
Russia, yeah.
You know, so that also makes them proud, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. That's right. So I got a little quick one off of 15. Since you had said that, I'm just gonna read the one that I walked in 15. Isaiah 15:1, where the burden of Moab because of the night air of Moab is laid waste and brought to silence, because in the night care of Moab is laid waste and brought to silence. Okay, Moab is you're not going to have a part in this. You're not going to. You're going to be put down. You're going to be put down in this scenario. Okay, this scenario of the next kingdom and who's going to rise up and who's going to control it. You're not there. You don't have a deciding vote as to what's going to happen and who's going to go into slavery and who's not, and these types of things. You don't have that. You got anything? Okay, I've got Isaiah. No, I got Isaiah 25. Okay, got Isaiah 25. I'm going through 10 to 12. Isaiah 25:10. For in this mountain shall the hand of Yahweh rest, and Moab shall be trodden down under him, even as straw is trodden down for the dung heap. Mm-hmm. What does it sound? What do you sound like? You want to have a rulership in the middle of that? Okay, and he shall spread forth his hands in the midst of them, as he that swimmeth spreadeth forth his hands to swim, and he shall bring down their pride together with the spoils of their hands. What's one of the spoils you got? One of the spoils you think you got is the fact you think you got nuclear capability. You think that he can't make it go up, and he can literally do it like a cartoon. It'll go straight up and turn around and come back to you. Okay? He can literally do that. You're dealing with the omnipotent, omnipresent power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Everything that you can't imagine in your physics that should be able to transpire, his little chariots to show you that your physics don't delegate itself to his technology. His technology far exceeds anything that you've got, and he can make your technology turn into a cartoon on you. He can literally let it go so far up. And what you think is going to separate and go somewhere, he can literally make it turn around, separate, make it turn around and come back towards you. And that's going to be a hell of a thing when you watch your own missiles come by. He can do that. The same way he's going to do that with America. He showed America. He's been playing with their silos and shit for years. Okay? So.
And also the chairs been seen disarming them missiles, man.
Right.
Just firing.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there was one years ago when we first came to the truth around that time where they had shot a missile and a chariot came up and hit it with a tractor beam 3 different times. He hit it with a blue beam. He went in front of it. He hit it again. He went around it. And he hit it from another side. So he hit it in 3 different places. I guess he must have cracked it or whatever it was he was doing, or pulled it apart or whatnot, because then he took off in the opposite. He literally went bang, 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 and then the missile was doing this. He took off in the opposite fucking direction, which would have tore up any other military, would have tore up any aircraft that the U.S. had ever made. And whatnot, he took off in the opposite direction, and then you can see this fucking missile disintegrate. So he didn't blow it up in one move. He just he might have just ripped the fabric on it.
We just pulled a cord on it. You had number pull the cord, you know?
Yeah. Pull the string here, pull the string loose that
with the red, green, and yellow.
Yeah. Pull it loose and whatnot, let it tear itself apart and shit. And it basically did just that. So y'all don't know what y'all messing with. Okay. Verse 11. And he shall spread forth his hands in the midst of them, as he that swimmeth spread forth his hands to swim. He shall bring down their pride together with the spoil of their hands. And the fortress of the high fort And the fortress of the high fort of the wall shall he bring down, lay low, and bring to cause and bring to the ground, even to the dust. See, that high wall is the fact that they think that they got their military capability that's got them defended. Okay, they think that high wall to them is their military defense. Okay, but it means nothing to him. He says he's gonna pull it down. So all the defensive measures that you think you've got, Moab, to counteract all the world defenses is going to mean nothing when Yahweh shows up. Him, the angels, the chariots, and 144,000, which we are hoping to be part of the ground troop of that. You have nothing that's going to be able to stop that when it's cut. Got something?
Ezekiel 25 and 28. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities, which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country of Beth-Jeshemoth, Balameon, and Carithium. All right, and the point is that Esau and Moab are really hand in hand, man. All right, they're both going to get destroyed, whether Esau fighting against Moab now, okay, and they're having this little rift, they're going to get destroyed together, man. All right, it's fair to say the wicked join hand in hand. That's not altogether go unpunished, man. So even though Moab is in America are in conflict, they're both going to get stubble. Get burned together like stubble, man. All right, because if you read, let me get this real quick. He mustered the host of the battle.
Okay, right.
So Isaiah 13:04, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. All right, so you're going to have a whole conglomerate of nations, all right, fighting against one another, man. All right, and Moab and Esau are going to be among the chiefest in those battles, man, as they are still world superpowers, man. All right, Yahweh outside, like the title says, the war drums are beating, man. All right, this is just another little rift in the universe, as they say in Star Wars, right?
Right.
Okay, but it's gonna grow and it's gonna amount to eventually gonna amount into the third war, which is gonna be a nuclear war, man.
The third war of Revelation.
That's right.
Okay, you got it too?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is I got something. This is Jeremiah 9 to 24 to 26. But let him that glorieth in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me. So see, we don't brag on ourselves. We brag on these prophecies. We brag on the fact that this knowledge that the Lord has put out, that we've been blessed to get some kinds of understanding on or whatnot, is faithful and true. Moab, you don't have a place. You're not going to have a place. And we can show you this in 2 or 3 different places, 4 different places in the scriptures. So in the process of that, you don't have the technology or the capability to override these prophecies. And so that's what we glory in. You can try it. We can get a good laugh out of it. Watching you try to, as he told Saul, kicking against the pricks. You know, how you going to kick against the will and the might of Yahweh Shema Shah? Right. Okay, you're not going to be able to do that. So all you're going to do is wind up embarrassing yourself even more so by trying it. But let me finish reading this. It says, okay, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. But let him that glorieth in this, that he understand and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, will be toward his elect, judgment. See, people want to get around that part of it. They don't want to put all the emphasis in what judgment can be. If he says that he's going, I won't say if, since he says that the slain of the Lord shall be many. That's what it's going to be. Since he said that the blood shall go up to a horse's bridle, that's what it's going to be. When he said that he's going to dry that river up so that they can march across, that's what's going to happen. And you see all these things happening right now. So what do you think that all these past things that he said was going to happen has happened? And now you see the things that he said was going to happen happening. That nuclear weapon treat is not going to do what he said it's going to do. Because you see, that's going to be the hard stop. When people out there in the open plain areas where our nukes are at, see them go up in the air, they go, no, it's over. Okay, it's gonna be like the commercial. They go, no, they go, look out the window, like shit, it's over. Because they know when they see theirs leave, some will come.
It's an automatic. The systems are all hooked. They're all hooked together,
right?
So we're able to determine where they come from. Where they coming from.
Right. So that's going to be the case. People in Russia are going to know when the shit that hit the fan, cause it's going to come out. The SR-400s and whatnot, the S-400s going to take flight. People in the Middle East going to know because them S-300s that the Russia done gave to some of their partners like Iran and this, that, and other, those go take flight. Everybody gonna know that the shit that hit the fan. You ain't gonna be able to get around it. What the scripture say, all the eyes shall see Yahweh shall when he show up. There's gonna be wailing and gnashing of teeth. You can't get around this. And Moab, you are right slap dab in the middle of all of this. You are called out front and center with the rest of these people. Okay, you're not going to be, well, why are you fucking with me? What did I do? You called out. So let me go on and read the call out on one film. Okay, this is, behold, the days come, says Yahweh. This is back in Jeremiah 9:25. Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab. Okay, we went through ours. We going through ours. Okay, we went through ours. We going through ours now. We was made the laughing stock of the world. We was made the laughing stock. We went through all these things, but you didn't have these things yet. Your history has been unblemished. You know who you are, because I got scripture that goes into that. You know who you are, but now it's going to be coming down to you. And all they that are in utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness, where all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart, in the mind. So Israel isn't where they need to be either. That's why 2/3 is designed that they're going to be destroyed here in America. Okay? They're going to be destroyed here in America. Why? Because their mind isn't set on Yahweh Bashim Shai either. Okay? Edom, Moab, Ammon, you guys, and see, and because we were scattered among the nations, we got some of ours among you looking like you. Okay? So destruction's got to catch them too. The ones that's not spread among the elect over there, they will catch it too. Judgment. This is back to the word judgment. Y'all don't want to deal with the fact that he says judgment. So up there where it says, and righteousness in the earth for all these things is delight in the Lord. So death is a delight to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's what y'all don't want to deal with. Death is a delight. Everything has got a time and a season. And since he has no time nor season, it does the will that he says it's going to do. You got something?
Did you have was it Ezekiel 25?
Ezekiel, I do got Ezekiel 25. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. You get
No. I was reading it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I got Ezekiel 25, 8 through 11.
Go ahead. Yeah. All right. This is Jeremiah 28:8. To the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms a war and evil of pestilence, and we're prophesying against Moab, man, right now, man.
Right.
All right, but it's also a provocation, that's the word, of Esau Edom going over there, meddling in other men's affairs as usual, man.
Yeah.
You see?
He's the provocateur of the scenario. He's over there provoking shit. He's over there stirring shit up.
Yep.
He the one that showed up there and they felt that they got to go into a full military drill and shit on his ass. And we're not to show their might. He's the provocateur. He's the colonizer that his own woman wants to call him now. Because everywhere he goes, he wants to bring other people under his rulership. He gonna come over here to, even though they was over here already going off, the Taino Indians and whatnot, which was Israelites and all that kind of stuff. Even though they was going off, he gonna come over here. We discovered you, and then that discovery decree, we can slay and take into captivity and bondage and possession anything we find.
That's right. Got one more Bible shot?
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 57:20. But the wicked are like a troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt, man. All right, and that's Esau on the border of wickedness. He goes everywhere, try to force your democracy on people. It's going to lead to what Jesus Cristo, the worship of Jesus Cristo. All right, the ushering of the transformers. All right, more debt. Exactly. All right, because anytime you deal with America, you're going to be in debt.
Exactly.
All right, and it's going to be a land of confusion, a bunch of mini Babylon. That's why it's about and the nations were angry, or the nations were mad, man. Why? Because they drunk the wine.
They drunk the Babylon juice.
They drunk that Babylon juice, man.
They found themselves drunk, woke up, raped, pillaged, plundered.
They wonder why your booty hurt, man.
Exactly.
You know, that's all they're gonna do, man. They're gonna bend you over and they're gonna do what they do.
That's it.
You know, because they don't never stay to the full end of to see the establishment of it. They go in, they knock down
the regime that's in place.
The regime that's in place, put in their puppets, and then they leave, man.
That's it.
With no real solution, like they did in Iraq, man.
Yep.
You see?
Yep. They've been doing it. They've been doing it since the beginning.
Listen, the MO, that's their MO.
That's their MO. To bring everybody under tributary, but then they don't want to be tributary to nobody.
Nope.
Okay. All right. But they're going to be tributary. Okay. Actually, I take that back. Moab, you will be. Ammon, you will be. You Hamite nations and whatnot, or Africans, as y'all want to be called, or whatever it might be. But guess what? Y'all go get tributary after 1,000 years. Esau, Edom, you got no place for that. Yours is hardcore and into destruction.
Your restitution is gonna get burnt up, man.
That's it. No need for you no more. You served your purpose. That's it. So what we got? Jeremiah 25, 15 to 21.
I'm already on there.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Yeah.
I did. I got Isaiah 25, 21, right?
Yeah, go start at 15.
15. Jeremiah 25 and 15. For thus says the Lord Yahweh of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
So this is what we're doing now. We're taking the wine cup of the fury that we were subjected to, and now he told us to take it, and now you go and you prophesy against these other nations. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Okay. Since you've dealt with the fury part of it that I provoked to you and made you have to go through, and now that you understand it and you still love me anyway, you're gonna do what I tell you to do. I'm telling you now to go and tell the world what I'm getting ready to do to them. So take this wrath that everybody want to see me as love, but nobody want to see the wrath that I bring. Take this wrath and take it to them and explain it and show it to them.
Right, and this cup, that cup of wine got dregs in it, man.
That's it.
This ain't the best cup of wine.
That's it, exactly. This is a bitter, fucked up ass cup of wine.
This that Walmart $2.96 wine right here.
That can sit on the shelf for 5 fucking years.
it ain't got better.
It didn't age.
It didn't age well.
It didn't age. It just turned clumps into the bottom.
That's it.
Exactly.
Go
ahead.
And they started drinking, be moved, and be mad because of the sword that was sitting among them.
That's a nuclear weapon that y'all created. It's the weaponry that y'all think. And also the angels that's going to come. The might of Yahweh Shemau Shai. His army of hosts, which consists of Michael and them chariots that consist of what you saw in War of the Worlds, where they was zapping motherfuckers that turned them into powder, snatching all their moisture out of their ass and whatnot, heating them up so fast and so hot and so quick that all the moisture dried out and they just turned into powder on their ass. But guess what? See, in that day, you're gonna have another supernatural thing going. So even though you might have turned into powder in the blaze of a